It doesn't get bigger than this. Manchester City are 90 minutes away from winning the Premier League for the first time. They top the table on goal difference alone, but so superior is that advantage over second-place Manchester United that a win today will secure the title for Roberto Mancini's men. From 8 points behind their local rivals to within touching distance of getting their hands on English football's most coveted trophy. It's a mixture of excitement and nerves for fans here today, with success so close. It's Quens Park Rangers who arrive at the Etihad, led by former City manager Mark Hughes. They're 2 points clear of the relegation zone, but could go down today, depending on how things go here and elsewhere. But the hosts will be focusing on their own task at hand to claim a first top-flight success since 1968. What a party atmosphere at the Etihad Stadium today. These fans have been through an unbelievable roller coaster of a season. Champions scarves are already being sold in the city centre. It's so close now, and you can feel the atmosphere at the Etihad. Manchester City going for a third success in English football's top flight. Mike Dean is our referee, and he gets us underway for what should be a thrilling afternoon in England, with so much riding on this. Each game just... Barry Silva will look to drift away from the defenders, and he whips it into the box. It's spilled by Kenny, and it almost ran to Nasri. Not too convincing from Paddy Kenny, as it spilled out of his gloves. Wonderfully whipped in by Silva, and just gets enough on it, the former Republic of Ireland international. City are going to have to be patient and wait for that tiny gap to open up. Silva, this might be it here. David Silva shoots, saved by Kenny. QPR's #1 does get enough on it this time. Nicely worked this, Tevez and Silva combining. Just decided to attack the space himself. 44 years of waiting to win the title. Nasri squaring up to Taylor a lot here, but doesn't have the momentum to get beyond him. But this is nice football. Here's Tevez. It's set back for Silva, who just slightly pulls at that one, David Silva. But at least City are working the shots on goal. Here's Silva. Great run from Zabaleta. Tevez is the only player inside the area at the moment, and he can't find his international teammate. Silva. Yaya Toure into Zabaleta. Good hit! It's in! It's in! It's Pablo Zabaleta's first Premier League goal of the season! And Manchester City in front and top of the table again! Unbelievable! Of all the players on the park to get the goal, it's Pablo Zabaleta. Kenny couldn't keep it out. It's Manchester City 1, QPR 0. Well, here's Zabaleta in the wide position, and then it's him who thinks, you know what, I'm going to dart into the box here, and he just hits it, and it's disappointing from Kenny, who can't keep it out. Another dramatic twist in this title race. Clearly over the line. And Pablo Zabaleta has given City the lead in dramatic fashion. The breakthrough at last, and look what it means to them. He allows himself to celebrate, but there's a long way to go. More than 150 appearances for the club. Could this be Pablo Zabaleta's most vital? With Sir Alex Ferguson's side leading by 1-0 thanks to a Wayne Rooney strike. And the other game affecting this one, and the Britannia, is Stoke 1, Bolton 2. It means as things stand currently, City will be champions and QPR go down. Here's Carlos Tevez for City. Clichy on the overlap. In at the near post, turned around by the goalkeeper. Wonderful run from Agüero. And he just managed to get a toe on it to test Kenny. Forced into a tactical change, an injury in that first half, which saw Yaya Toure come off and Nigel de Jong come on. Up it goes towards Taiwo, who does manage to head it away. Right, Phillips flicks it on. Oh, Lescott's head it backwards, and it's Cisse for QPR! Oh, that wasn't in the script. It's Jabril Cisse, who's netted for Quens Park Rangers. Disaster for Joleon Lescott and Manchester City. Well, at the moment, that saves QPR. And Cisse continues his hot streak. He's been flawless all season, Joleon Lescott. But one momentary lapse, and it's pounced upon by Cisse. It's just a hopeful ball forward, a nothing ball really, and he drills it beyond heart. It's a good finish from Cisse. So City 1, QPR 1. And it's bite the fingernails time once again at the Etihad. Here's de Jong. Silva. He's going to need more moments of magic. Oh, and Tevez has gone down on the edge of the penalty area here, clutching his face after a challenge from Joey Barton, and the assistant's seen it, so the flag goes up here. I've got it. The assistant has spotted the incident. So what has Joey Barton done here? Well, hearts in the mouths here as the referee gets the word from his official. Well, Mike Dean's got some sorting out to do here, the referee, because everyone's surrounding him. So where's the incident? The assistant put his flag up straight away. And there's still some nonsense going on here between Tevez and Barton as the referee and his assistant try and sort it out. That angle wasn't particularly helpful, but Mike Dean, refereeing Manchester City and QPR for the first time here, produces a red card. Joey Barton is sent off against his former club at the Etihad Stadium. Well, Mike Dean isn't done here. And Barton's just kicked out at Agüero, and Joey Barton's lost it. Joey Barton's lost it here. Well, he's being booed off here, and that's one step too far. And Micah Richards, his former teammate, gets him off the field. And if things weren't dramatic enough, it's another twist in this unbelievable title race as Balotelli gets involved. They need to get Barton off the pitch quickly here. A former City player was sent off against City on the final day of last season. It was Sturridge, and this year it's Barton. It's an unbelievable turn of events. De Jong, back to Tevez. Now de Jong. Tevez is onside. QPR don't push out. It comes back to Tevez, who hits it. Kenny makes a brilliant save. Barry, was that handball? Oh, Kenny saves it. They're claiming it went over the line. Nothing given. Some City fans celebrating. Agüero thought it was in. No, it stays 1-1. Unbelievable, lost for words here. Tevez brought the best out of Kenny, and then it was pinging around the area. Tevez got in there. Oh, and it is saved by Kenny. It doesn't go over the line. Traore's escaped the challenge of company down the left. He has options in the area. Oh, Mackie's arriving! Will QPR lead the game? And that may kill Manchester City's title ambitions. They've had 2 chances and taken them. And Jamie Mackie gives the relegation-threatened team the lead. And they can't believe what they're seeing. Is there any way back now? The substitute Traore bursts forward with the ball. And it is a splendid cross, but no one picked up Mackie, who heads it into the ground to give QPR a 2-1 advantage. They were stretched City, and QPR on the break wreak havoc. There was nothing Hart could do about it. It's Manchester City 1, QPR 2, and the title is a long way away now. The 10 men are in front. But there are tears already. It isn't done yet, boy. Long way to go. So Gareth Barry comes off, and it was really the change that Roberto Mancini had to make. A defensive-minded midfield player makes way for Edin Dzeko, who scored a cracking goal against QPR earlier on in the season. They've won all but one of their home games in the Premier League this season, City, drawing the other. Dzeko heads it goalwards. It runs out to Clichy, who's onside. To the back post, who's there? Tevez was, but he doesn't meet it. Back in by Zabaleta, and it goes behind for a corner. Desperate defending from Quens Park Rangers as they fight to survive in the Premier League. Corner swung to the back post. Tevez is there to head it. Tipped round the post by Kenny. And that was going towards the top corner. Well, he's been a bit busier in the second half, hasn't he, Paddy Kenny? And a bit more alert, you have to say, because that may have just crept in under the angle. Had to be certain with it and deal with the danger. Tevez. Pumped away by Kenny, unconvincing. It's Zabaleta. Oh, it's blocked and it squirms away from goal. Agonising. Dzeko inside the penalty area as well. How close did they come here? Again, it's Kenny flapping at things. And Dzeko almost gets a toe on that. To the back post. Tevez is there. It's a great header to get it back goalwards. Nasri. Oh, away by QPR again. So Carlos Tevez signs off for the season, having played quite a telling part in City's revival to catch Manchester United and go into the final day ahead of them on goal difference. His hat-trick against Norwich, the highlight of a season which has seen him absent for large parts of it. And on comes Super Mario. So, the QPR fans are celebrating. That must mean there's been a goal at the Britannia. Clichy, Silva, now Agüero. Has he kept it in? He has! Dzeko denied. My word, some fans thought it was in. Somehow Agüero keeps it in, and Kenny just gets a toe on it to tip it onto the post. Now Balotelli, who has space, he likes to cut in on his right foot in these situations, but he goes with the left. Great strength from the Italian international. Back in from Balotelli, palmed out by Kenny. Every time that ball runs loose inside the box, there just isn't a blue shirt to meet it. It's excruciating. But it's just getting too much for some fans. You can't keep it in. And at this point, it's in the players' hands. There isn't a lot that Mancini can do. They have to work out the solution to this resolute QPR defensive problem themselves. We're going to have plenty of added on time, that's for sure, after the Joey Barton sending off earlier on in the second period. Company. Silva. In it goes. Won't quite run out to Vincent Kompany. Julian Lescott is the only defender back really at the moment. It's David Silva again. Dzeko underneath it. Mackie only as far as Clichy. Now Balotelli. Still Mario Balotelli fires it goalwards, but there were three red and white shirts in the way, and Neda Manua plays a decisive role in putting that behind against his former team. So Silva looks to line up this corner. 5 minutes of added on time. Here's Balotelli, it's blocked, and it's behind for another corner kick. Oh, will City come closer to levelling? Manchester United still lead by 1-0, and City need 2. And Balotelli denied by Kenny, who's had a great second half. Nasri in towards the goalkeeper, who claims. So 5 minutes of added on time. 5 minutes Manchester City have to perform a miracle. Roberto Mancini has been talking about how well his side have played this season, the style of football they've played. They have been the best team in his eyes. But maybe it hasn't quite been enough to deny United a 20th title. For some fans, it's just too heartbreaking to stay. Here's Silva, swings it in. Dzeko's there, it's in! City have got to go back, it's Dzeko! Game on! 3.5 minutes remaining. And the title race isn't done yet, but have they left it too late? Great leap from Dzeko, who scores against QPR for the second time this season. They need another. Rangers in no rush to get restarted. Excellent header from Edin Dzeko, who ends a goal drought of almost 3 months to give City hope. Referee's going to add on time here because he really isn't happy with the time wasting from QPR. Just lofted forward from Bothroyd. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and they need a goal to win the title. And the roar on the Etihad is quite unbelievable. Clichy charging forward for City. Nasri. It's Clichy again. The challenge from Mackie's a good one. It's back in from Nasri. It's more direct from City, but it's away. Zabaleta. De Jong loses out to Wright Phillips, his former teammate. Great challenge from Zabaleta. And Nasri lets it run out of play, but he shouldn't have done. The most dramatic end to any Premier League season. We have just over 2 minutes of added on time remaining. Down the line it goes up towards Bothroyd, headed forward by Lescott. There's still hope. Together has been the club's motto. Can they produce it right at the end? Agüero, if anyone can, it's him. Back to Balotelli, it runs for Agüero! They've done it! City win the title! It's Agüero with his 30th goal of the season! I don't believe what I'm seeing! Manchester City are the champions of England! And Agüero gets it in added on time! Have you ever seen anything like this before? Everyone's out on the pitch celebrating! Unbelievable scenes, and Kun Agüero is a hero once again for Manchester City. They lead by 3 goals to 2 against Quens Park Rangers, and it looks all done. It looks all done. It looked dead. It looked over, but it wasn't. And look at the run from Agüero, drop of the shoulder, beyond his man, and drills it in. Some fans are on the pitch celebrating. But what a time for the Argentinian to step up and write his name into Manchester City history. He wins the title in quite unbelievable fashion. The celebrations can start. We do have to restart the game here, but those fans aren't thinking about that. They're thinking they're going to see a trophy lifted here in a few minutes' time. Agüero, a Manchester City icon, after just a season at the club. Will he ever score a more vital goal in his career? Perhaps not. Well, I'm sure Manchester United have heard the news now in England's northeast. The song is, we'll fight to the end, and they certainly have. They certainly have now. Fans are in tears. The fans who left, I'm sure, will be trying to get back in for the Premier League celebrations. It's over! Manchester City are the champions of England for the first time in 44 years. And the most dramatic end to a campaign in living memory. Fans are on the pitch to celebrate with their heroes. QPR are also celebrating. They look to have survived in the Premier League. 44 years of waiting, now over. Manchester City are the winners of the Barclays Premier League. From 8 points behind United just over a month ago to lead the table going into the final day of the season. And this unbelievable result, 2-1 down into added on time, but 3-2 winners. Makes City the champions of England for the first time since 1968. And it is one of the greatest comebacks in English footballing history. Full credit to Roberto Mancini, his staff, his players, the owners and the fans for not giving up when it seemed beyond them just over a month ago and even 10 minutes ago. I've never seen anything like the scenes we're seeing at the Etihad Stadium, and the Premier League demonstrates why it's the most dramatic league in the world once again, and Manchester City are the champions of it. Up steps Vincent Kompany. He collects his winner's medal. The honour of lifting the Premier League trophy falls to captain Vincent Kompany. 1937, 1968, now 2012. For the third time in their history, Manchester City are the champions. An incredible season, bringing English football's ultimate prize. The club joined an elite group of only 5 teams to have won this piece of silverware. Is this the start of an exciting era for Manchester City Football Club?